So about 20 years ago, yeah, 2003 was 20 years ago. Time doesn't care about our feelings. But I was over at a friend's. We would usually do like a board game kind of thing, and everybody would kind of rotate out what we would play. Well, one day in particular, a friend of mine set up his Warhammer army, and we tried out Warhammer. And I wasn't familiar with the series at all before that, but I had a lot of fun that day. And later on, I found out that the Warhammer universe is like got a like really rich lore, and I've always kind of been a bit of a lore nerd. So I don't know, I got into the series. Like that's really that's about it. Like you know um I'm I'm far from like the only um I don't really even like to talk about that I'm a girl that's into the series, but that's what the conversation seems to be about. So yeah. I was interested in the series. Like the battles were kind of fun, the lore is good. The occasional game's been okay. You know. But recently there's been kind of the back and forth about adding in female space marines, and the main point that people try to make is that uh, existing fans of the series didn't ask for this, and and I fully agree. Like they're one I just don't need female soldiers. Like specifically, like I don't need representation like in fiction to enjoy it. I enjoy well written characters. I enjoy good story without worrying too much about the identities of the characters unless it's pertinent to the plot, really. Like I don't really like when existing franchises have more modern sensibilities kind of shoehorned in to existing characters. I really prefer that new stories are written to introduce new characters instead of any kind of retconning old characters. I just never have enjoyed that myself. And there's already like some really good well-written characters within Warhammer lore, and I prefer that to just the idea of like faceless like female soldier units. I mean, it's cool for them to introduce them. I can understand people's reluctance to have them. Like I'm kind of indifferent. I just wasn't a person that asked for them. Like, if there's a way that it makes sense for the story and they want to introduce them, then that's totally fine. But you don't necessarily need to go back and retcon them being in there, because I mean, they're, the Imperial Guard accepts women because like they don't care about the gender of their cannon fodder. And I mean, they even had like, the regiment of Amazonia, which was like an all-female regiment. Like, they're like female soldiers already existed within the lore. I mean, Commissioner Severina Rain like was just this badass character, like, and she's already there. And like Celestine the Living Saint, like, she's a really cool character. There's like Bree Jagdea, there's Lotaria, there's like Tananu, like there's already really like there's just existing characters that happen to be female and are badasses and in the story. Like I like when that happens. Like I like when there's characters that their identity isn't their plot, like where it makes sense for the story for them to be there. I don't really need I don't really need new characters that are kind of identity first. I've just never enjoyed that in fiction. I really, I don't want anything that pulls me out of the story. And I mean, like, I've always felt like with like the Warhammer universe and like I don't know, Shadowrun, right? Like similar universes. You don't need to worry about like the gender of a character, or like their skin tone when you've got bigger problems in the world. And I really just prefer the stories to focus on that. So like I completely understand where people are coming from if they're upset about canon changing to like reflect things outside, like outside of the lore reason for it. But I don't care either way. Like I didn't need it and I'm not upset by it. But if somebody is upset by it, like it's fine to complain on Twitter. Twitter is the internet's customer service department, right? But a better thing to do is to vote with your wallet. Tell Games Workshop that this isn't the kind of thing that you want in your game, and that's the only way we can ever. I say we, like I don't particularly care in this instance, but I've definitely had other franchises that I've been interested in get hit with things that pull me out of the story, and I just don't enjoy that. But yeah, the only way to actually push back against unwanted changes is to vote with your wallet. So, sit a few rounds out and see if they change their mind, if it's something you're passionate about. And if you're one of the people that don't care one way or the other, wait and see how they handle it. And if it's done badly, you have every right to be upset about it. Hopefully, the backlash will encourage them to handle it well. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But yeah, I'm not sure specifically if anybody already within the community asked for this, or if it was something that they were doing in anticipation of the Henry Cavill Warhammer project. I can understand somebody is as well known as he is, will bring some new people into the community, and with that they'll have a lot of different wants and ideas for the series and the lore, and I don't know, it's okay for them to write new stories, to add new things. I just hope that they keep the original feeling of the universe intact. I hope that the stories stay about the universe and don't start veering too far off the existing track. I guess I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it. It doesn't upset me, but I didn't ask for it. I feel like I would rather have one well written character that I could relate to than thousands of nameless ones. But I don't feel like the Warhammer universe was lacking well written female characters to begin with, and I think the people that were complaining about it weren't familiar enough with the series. I don't know if that's being fair. Okay, take care.